A single mother was caught shoplifting in West Virginia, at a K-Mart in West Virginia, and authorities were called to the scene to arrest her. Now, when they showed up, they realized that the things that she stole were for her 2 daughters. She's a single mother. She has a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old that she's raising on her own, and she stole things like diapers. So the 2 cops that arrived on the scene felt really, really bad for her, and instead of arresting her, they decided to buy her everything that she attempted to shoplift.
That's always happens with me and cops. Like if I'm speeding, they come by and they're like, "Can I help you speed? I'd really like to do that. Come on, I'll give you an escort." "Oh, you were late to work. That's your excuse. Come on, right away."
Yes. Now, the 2 cops included Ryan Willard and Dwayne Fields. They're very young, in their 20s and 30s. And I think that what they did was nice. I'm not trying to say that what the woman did was okay, but they saw her as a woman who was in a desperate situation, who was trying to provide for her 2 daughters, who was poor, and they felt like, look, arresting her isn't going to do much, so why don't we buy her items. However, Kmart refused to drop it. They didn't want to, so the officers had no choice but to arrest her, and she was forced to pay a $50 fine.
And more importantly, it goes on her record, so that she's going to have trouble getting a job. So since she was shoplifting for stuff specifically for her baby, stuff like diapers, I think that's why the cops were far more sympathetic. Now, of course, there's another possible reason. It could be that she was totally hot.
Yeah, so I wanted to investigate this story a little further, but all the reports failed to identify her, so I don't know who the woman is. But I'm guessing, look, these are young male cops. She's probably like a sexy single mother.
You're like,
I don't know.
Oh my
We're
God.
speculating, by the way. So this is
Of
serious
course,
speculation.
of course. Look, it's entirely possible that these 2 guys are young, idealistic guys, and bless their hearts, they wanted to help her out. She's like a female Jean Valjean.
By the way, the dude in the suit, he can get it.
Well, all right.
He's a good-looking guy.
Well, maybe you should go shoplift there. Apparently, he's going to help his sister out. Right? And she's going through a tough divorce. So, maybe they felt really bad for her and they're idealistic. That's great. And that's probably it. It's also possible, and we don't know, right? That she could have been hot and they're like, "Oh, you're going through a tough divorce? Are you? You need help with the kids?
You need some consoling?
We could definitely help you."
You've been a very bad girl.
But we can straighten that out. Now, we're being so wrong to the cops who did a lovely thing here. But it just reminded me of the story that I keep going back to when ABC News did that investigative report and they had a black kid and a white kid dressed in the same clothes trying to steal a bike. And people come by and they leave the white kid alone, even though he says, "It's not my bike, I'm taking it." The black kid, there's an instant crowd that everybody's calling the cops. But the reason I tell you that story is that at the end they send in the blonde girl who's hot and she's trying to steal the bike. Guys come in and immediately help her steal the bike. Okay, so that's why I think maybe she happened to be an attractive divorced mom who was shoplifting. And look, Kmart is a little merciless here. I know they can't let people steal. She's stealing for her kids. Look, I know they can't do it. But maybe you shouldn't be Javert either.